Rule number 7. We use the comma after the salutation and closing of letters. So, let's take some examples to illustrate. Examples. 1. If you say letter and we're starting it, dear daddy, we need a comma after it. 2. Dear brother, we need a comma. We need a comma. We need a comma. Now we need to mention quickly a number of things here. First, we want to take note of the dear daddy. If you look at that, we have capital D here, we have capital D here. A few reminders that should help us. We've looked at the rules on capitalization, but we need to just quickly mention a few of the tips here. So we have capital D. As mentioned when we looked at capitalization, the daddy is taken from the name, the proper noun, that's actually the name of the person called daddy there. Children usually call their parents such names as daddy, dad, and other forms. So that name has taken over the proper noun that should actually have been the name of the daddy. So we are free to write capital D for daddy, but then the children may also write small d. It can be acceptable, but to be on the safer side in exam, if one is to write a letter, preferably the daddy should be capital D, because at times it's taken that it has to be that a capital D. There could be problem for a candidate if he writes small d here. But we can take note of brother. Brother must not be capital letter B. Must not be capital letter B. In fact, it shouldn't be capital letter B, because most people, even if they call their brothers the word brother, they also call their proper noun. So it doesn't assume the level that they will take. But if such a name has, let's just put that as an example. If we have dear brother essay, then the brother will take capital letter B. Remember what we said under capitalization. It now becomes a title used before a name. Another thing we need to note here is that under the closing or the complementary close of the letter, we have capital letter Y here, but here what you have is small letter s. So the first letter is capital letter, but the next is small s. If it's alternated, the reverse would be the case. So for example, we can have this is also allowed, sincerely, then the Y will be yours. The Y will be yours. Sincerely yours, then you place your comma. And that is why too we have yours faithfully, capital letter Y here, but small letter F at this point. Then the F should come down a little bit. Okay, so that is something you need to note. The first letter here is Y, is capital, but the second is small letter. Then you place your comma at the end. Take note that the yours here, let's write it again. Yours does not have apostrophe before the S or apostrophe after the S, so that it will be yours sincerely. This will be wrong. It's not acceptable. The reason is that Possessive adjectives do not take the apostrophe. Do not use apostrophe like a noun will ordinarily use. So when you write your yours faithfully or yours sincerely, there should not be an apostrophe either before the S or after the S. So once again, we use the comma after the salutation and closing of letter as we find in the examples given under below.